Hello everyone, Tom from Censored Gaming here. As we previously covered in detail, Outlast 2 has been refused classification by the Australian Classification Board, meaning the game would not be able to be sold in the country unless it toned down certain provocative content. However, fast forwarding things to the present and taking a look at the Classification Board's website, we can see that the board has now mysteriously assigned the title with an R18+ rating. This leaves us with the question of whether the board had changed their minds on refusing the game for a rating, or whether the devs had to submit a censored version for it to pass. Interestingly, the R18+ rating came only shortly after Liberal Democrat Senator David Leongelm criticising the Classification Board's decision to ban the game, something we have already covered in a separate video. Red Barrels has made a statement on the decision, and it would seem like the Australian version would, in fact, be uncensored. To quote their statement, Outlast 2 has been rated R18+ by the classification branch in Australia and will be released 26 April 2017. There will be only one version of Outlast 2 available worldwide. However, this has been contradicted by the classification board itself in an email to Kotaku Australia. To quote them from the Kotaku article in question, the original version of the game that was refused classification has been modified to allow the game to be classified R18+. Notice how the board states that the game had to be modified to be classified R18+. So, from this new statement, it appears that the Australian version will be having content censored for it to be released in Australia. Furthermore, combining this with Red Barrel's statement from earlier, in which they explain that there will be only one version of Outlast 2 available worldwide, it seems that this censored version will be the one to be distributed worldwide, meaning all versions of Outlast 2 will now be censored. Censored Gaming has contacted Red Barrels for more information on this, and will be watching all new developments closely. We'll be sure to keep you posted as soon as we have any new information.